Lakers Nation, buckle up, because today's news isn't just another off-season rumor. It's a storyline that could completely reshape the future of purple and gold basketball. We're talking about a potential trade idea that puts Austin Reeves' name in the middle of the action, linking him to the Dallas Mavericks in a scenario that could alter both franchises.
Rui Hachimura knocks down the first shot of the game.
Followed calculated approach toward evaluating their own roster before making any bold market moves. And
LeBron hits a little mid-range jump shot.
On the piece of this puzzle matters, because with Luka Doncic already in Los Angeles and LeBron James nearing the end of his legendary run, the front office knows every decision they make right now could define not just the upcoming season, but the next decade of Lakers basketball. Fans are holding their breath, and insiders can't stop talking. So let's break it all down, starting with the trade proposal that has set the NBA world buzzing. The latest shockwave came from Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley, who pitched a deal sending Austin Reeves to the Dallas Mavericks. The framework? Los Angeles would receive Derek Lively II, one of Dallas's most promising young defenders, and forward Caleb Martin, a proven postseason performer, while the Mavericks would land Reeves plus a 2031 first-round pick. The logic is clear. Reeves is expected to decline his $14.9 million player option for the 2026-27 season, likely to pursue a larger long-term contract. The Lakers, already tight on cap space and juggling win-now urgency with long-term planning, might find themselves at a crossroads. Should they invest heavily in Reeves or flip him while his value is sky-high for assets that could complement Luka and prepare for a LeBron-less future? For Dallas, the deal is equally enticing, as adding Reeves would give Luka Doncic the type of reliable scoring guard he has long needed, someone who can create off the dribble but also thrive without the ball in his hands. Reeves' value isn't just theoretical, it's written in the numbers. Last season, he averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists, shooting 46% from the field, 37.7% from three, and nearly 88% at the free throw line. He wasn't just a role player, he was the Lakers' third-best scorer behind Doncic and LeBron James. Even in the playoffs, battling through a painful toe injury, he still put up 16.2 points per game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. His consistency from the line, his ability to hit big shots, and his confidence under pressure make him one of the most reliable guards in the NBA. That's why the Lakers have resisted multiple trade offers for him in the past. But after another early playoff exit, despite a star-studded roster, the team's patience may be running thin. Could this finally be the moment where Los Angeles decides to cash in? The Mavericks' perspective only adds fuel to the fire. Remember, this is a franchise that just a year ago reached the NBA Finals, only to miss the playoffs entirely in 2025. Their priority now is crystal clear: build a sustainable core around Luka Doncic. Reeves fits that mission perfectly, giving Dallas another playmaker who can ease Luka's burden. For the Lakers, the return package of Lively and Martin may not carry the same name recognition, but it provides balance, youth, defense, and playoff experience. Lively has already shown flashes of being a defensive cornerstone, developing chemistry with Luka in Dallas, while Martin has carved out a reputation as a clutch performer capable of guarding multiple positions. Both could help the Lakers build a roster that doesn't just depend on 2 or 3 stars, but has depth and versatility. That balance is something Los Angeles desperately lacked in its playoff collapse against Minnesota, when their bench production disappeared. The situation is complicated by the Lakers' current roster dynamics. Reeves still has 2 years left on his contract, worth $13.9 million next season as part of a 4-year, $53.8 million deal signed in 2023. That contract is one of the best bargains in the NBA, which makes the decision even tougher. Trading him would mean giving up one of the league's most cost-efficient stars, but keeping him might require a massive financial commitment down the line. With LeBron's contract expiring after the 2025-26 season, the Lakers need to prepare for life after him, and that preparation might mean stockpiling younger assets and reliable role players. The pressure on GM Rob Pelinka and the front office couldn't be higher. Do they gamble on loyalty and continuity, or take the bold risk of turning the page on a fan-favorite guard in exchange for a more balanced future? And here's where the story connects to the next chapter of the Lakers' off-season. Because while trade rumors like this grab all the headlines, the truth is the franchise isn't rushing into anything. In fact, the plan right now is to evaluate their current pieces during training camp and preseason before making significant moves. Two names stand out in this evaluation process: Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber. The Lakers' strategy heading into the 2025-26 season isn't just about splashy trades, it's about careful evaluation. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, the front office intends to give its current roster a real chance to prove itself before pulling the trigger on any deals. Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber are under the microscope, with their futures in Los Angeles potentially riding on their preseason performances. For Vincent, the journey has been rocky. Signed in 2023 free agency with high hopes of energizing the second unit, he has struggled to find his rhythm, averaging just 6 points, 1.4 assists, and 1.2 rebounds per game, shooting an underwhelming 33.2% from deep. Injuries and inconsistency have kept him from becoming the spark the Lakers envisioned. Now, the upcoming months may be his last chance to prove he belongs in this rotation. Maxi Kleber's case is just as critical. Acquired at the trade deadline last season, he never got the chance to contribute due to persistent injuries. He didn't log a single regular season game for the Lakers and was only thrown into the fire during the playoffs out of necessity. In that lone appearance, he managed just 2 points. For a franchise trying to maximize its roster around Doncic and LeBron, players like Kleber can't afford to be passengers. The preseason will be his proving ground, and his ability to stay healthy and provide size off the bench could determine whether he's part of the Lakers' plans or included in the next trade package. But here's the bigger picture. Los Angeles doesn't have the financial flexibility or trade assets to simply overhaul the roster. That's why the front office is placing such importance on internal evaluations. If Vincent and Kleber can step up, they not only strengthen the bench but also give the Lakers leverage when bigger deals arise. If they fail, the franchise might be forced to move them as salary fillers in pursuit of upgrades. Either way, their futures are directly tied to the Lakers' ability to build a championship-caliber supporting cast around Doncic. Fans may be eager for blockbuster trades, but the reality is that sustainable success often comes from making the right calls on the margins. Of course, the Lakers haven't been completely quiet this offseason. The front office has already added Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia, reshaping the roster with defense, size, and versatility. These moves show a clear intention. Surround Luka with players who can thrive in multiple roles and take some of the burden off LeBron, who remains productive but is nearing the final chapter of his career. At the same time, the loss of Dorian Finney-Smith last season left a defensive void that hasn't been fully addressed, making it even more vital that role players like Kleber, Vincent, and possibly Martin, if the Reeves trade ever materializes, step up. Everything ties back to one central theme. The Lakers are not just playing for the present, they're preparing for the future. With LeBron's contract expiring in 2026, the franchise must ensure it doesn't collapse once he hangs it up. That's why the decision on Reeves, the evaluation of Vincent and Kleber, and the integration of new signings all carry weight beyond this season. This isn't just about 2025-26, it's about what the Lakers will look like for the next 5 years. Will they be a perennial contender built around Luka Doncic with depth and balance? Or will they repeat the cycle of star-heavy rosters that collapse under the pressure of playoff basketball? So let's leave it with 2 questions for you, Lakers fans. Should the front office seriously consider moving Austin Reeves while his value is at its peak, or is he too important to let go of? And do you believe Vincent and Kleber can rise to the challenge, or are they destined to be trade chips in the next? Big move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. because the future of the Lakers is being decided right now. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist and turn of this roller coaster offseason, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like to support the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Lakers Nation, the storm is here, and the next chapter is about to be written.